As each second passes by, guys, we are getting near to the collapse point, which is the 0 point. Why? In today's video, it's all about how, yeah, we are literally in a parabola and people don't notice and won't notice until it's probably too late. From bar chart, United States housing market has reached its most unaffordable level in history. You know, when something gets so overheated like this, what does it usually do? Come back to the mean, the average, right? The same thing that happened back here. So basically, this was like, this chart goes back to like the late 1800s. The chart began consolidating. It was normal. Seems like it went to oversold prices. Okay, then it went back to where it previously started, guys. Consolidated, had a rampage up moment, which was a 2006 bubble pop 8. It dumped back down, and look where we're at now. Extremely overheated. Okay, this was in 2006, guys, how overheated it was, and compared to 2025, right? 2025 bubble of the United States home price history from 1890 to 2025. What does this tell us? At some points, guys, this will come back down. It has to, right? It literally has to. It's just too overbought right now. Why, right? If we look at this as momentum or as the RSI, we're definitely at overbought levels. Now this thing can just keep going higher, right? But at some point, it's like if you buy a house now, the risk to reward isn't even there. It's extremely bad. Now if you're buying a house just to live in it, right, and not worry about the housing market prices and all that stuff, then it doesn't matter for you. But if you're worried about the market, a very bad time to buy. Very, very, very much so. Okay, because I know for a fact this thing is going to collapse, guys, during the collapse point, right? But we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. Why? And people say, oh, there is no collapse. Don't worry, guys. We're just going to keep going higher and higher and higher. That's how the markets have been for the past century. Okay? But wait. If that's the case, well, from Kevin Malone, breaking news out of the top 200 insider trades over the last week by value, 0 out of 200 were buy orders. I have never seen anything like this in my life. This person says, this is all insider trades. Okay? From different owners. Okay? From different people, guys. All these trades. Look at this. Not a single person bought. Not a singular person bought, guys. Okay? You guys see this or no? Isn't that weird? Is that not weird? Now, why wouldn't anybody buy? Right? The so-called insider traders, guys, with inside info. None of them seem to be buying. All of them seem to be selling, or something else, guys. Which obviously says something bad could be on the horizon here. Corporate insiders are dumping at all-time highs. Insider trading activity. Follow the smart money. Now these are all these bars, guys, represent either buys or sells. Now this is for the past 60 days, and it's more than $250,000. Okay, and what do we notice here? All sells. Insider trading activity, by the way. Insider trading refers to when a company's executives board of directors and or major shareholders buy or sell company stock based on non-public company information. Being aware of insider trades can help identify what insiders, which is smart money, think will happen in the future. For example, if a significant number of shares are bought before an earnings announcement or before the results of a drug trial are publicly released, it could suggest that insiders think the company is about to release some good news and the share price will rise shortly. Okay? And what does this represent? All these supposed insiders are selling. After selling, after sell, after sell, sell after sell after sell. So, yeah. Isn't this a huge warning, right? Now, why would they be selling? Here's a scenario that could come into play. from unusual bills. Breaking: new bill introduced to stop politicians from stock trading would require lawmakers to sell their stocks in 180 days. Those who don't face fines, guys. Okay. So, wow. In 180 days, a collapse can appear, because when they start selling their whole portfolio because they cannot trade any longer, okay, if this is set in place, this bill in law, well, they're going to collapse the markets because they don't have any more use of the market. The only use of the market for them is to inside trade and make so much money. And if that's not the case, since they're banned, right, who knows, probably they get banned in 2026, that's a collapse year. It perfectly matches up, right? That's what we have been talking about. So when you see these politicians sell, right, and jump ship, is when you and I should too. I'm not kidding. Okay. No. And you may say, oh, there is no collapse. There will never be a collapse. Are you sure? From JW? Maybe they're rich for a reason. What is this? This is the S&P 500 index, the 12 monthly chart. What do we notice here? Wow. If you look at the stock market on the yearly chart or the 12 monthly, the chart goes back to the late 1800s again. This is a clear parabolic move if I've ever seen one. This is literally a parabola, right? Look at this. Absolutely insane. Guys, usually when this appears, if you look at meme coins, right? When you see this appear, guys, most people would most people would buy, right? Buy throughout. And they're gonna hope it keeps rising. But usually what happens to these charts is that it's like musical chairs, right? The last person to get out gets burned. It falls literally all the way back down. Just by looking at this chart without doing any technical analysis, the first major support will come right here. Right there. That is at $1,300. Okay, for the S&P 500. That's an insane. What is that? Let's look at the percentage. Yeah, this is crazy. So 1,300. Oh wow, look at that structure. So beautiful, guys. Let's see how big of a move that is. 80% down. Not too bad. We have seen 80% drawdowns on cryptos, many bear markets, right? But for the stock market, people are probably going to jump off. You guys already know, right? And it's going to get terrible. So we're warning right now, this thing is going to die, and I think it's going to bottom out here, is my opinion. Okay, here. So I think we're going to keep rising a bit, but then it's going to fall like that, guys. And that's probably the collapse, and where everything gets decimated. America, quote unquote, dies, right? But if we fall from there, we're going to go all the way back to $100. But I don't think we go 100, right? I think we're going to stay around this area, guys. Wait, 1,300 seems like a very interesting number too. Odd. But I do think this thing has some gas left in the tank, probably a bit higher, right, till next year, and then it collapses, which makes perfect sense. But I didn't even notice on the 12 monthly chart, guys, that this thing is literally a parabola. Wow. Oh my lord. Thank you for bringing this up, because I did not notice. So be very cautious. Be very cautious. The collapse is definitely near, and people say, oh, this thing is just going to keep going up like this. That's not how reality works. It has been for now, but as soon as the insiders start selling, guys, it's going to have a trickle effect to everyone else selling, right? Don't get left holding the bag. Now gold is finally breaking out, though. Gold is breaking out, which basically says gold is screaming that something's about to be incoming. Gold has rallied so hard. Let's take a look at the gold price. Wow. All these charts show a parabola, huh? Very fascinating. But With gold, it's a little bit more structured, right? With the S&P, it's not as structured as gold, which means the S&P has been going on a really crazy parabola. With gold, is more structured, guys, right? Look at this. You can just tell by the price action. It consolidates, pumps, consolidates, pumps, consolidates, pumps, consolidates. That consolidation took literally decades. Pumps, consolidates, pumps, consolidate, pumps, right? Maybe another consolidation and another pump. But this thing is just blasting through the roof. When you see this go up, there are billionaires, millionaires, if not trillionaires, storing their wealth and making that money flood into gold because they foresee some crisis incoming. If this isn't a big warning, then I don't know what is, guys. And it's breaking out again. It's not stopping. I think this thing is just going to keep going on forever, to be honest, right? Because if a collapse does appear, people are going to flee from other assets because money doesn't just die. It has to like travel to different assets, more safer assets, and gold is a safe haven asset, guys. People are going to just go into gold, and it's going to keep going higher, right? Then we got silver. Soars above $40 for the first time since 2011. Why? Why is silver about to break out since 2011? Right? This was 2020. What happened to silver when the world was dying? Is that what's about to come again? Right? It's like foreshadowing of some imminent crisis, guys. Wow. Gold just surpassed Bitcoin as well. So people are more interested in silver than Bitcoin, right? So people are betting that a collapse is it, and the people who are betting that a collapse is imminent are the wealthy folks, not the average person, by the way, right? For silver to be even moving because it's literally the most manipulated asset. So they're finally about to let it breathe because I guess they're going to be flooding their money in here and awaiting a crisis. So yeah. In conclusion, the collapse is near. We know what's coming up. We're not going to get fooled. This is why we own XRP. All these people who are all in gold and silver don't know about XRP. Most likely don't. Okay? But the new modern safe haven asset is XRP, in my opinion. Other than that, let us prepare and not manage device. It's telling. The signs are telling. But anyways, that's all for this. See ya.